The country may be as divided as ever on one of the most controversial and for many complicated issues of our time. For some, same-sex marriage is simply a civil right. For millions of others, marriage is a religious right, reserved only for straight couples.
Sunday is going to be a real great divide in black churches and churches across America discussing the issue.
Joining us to talk about this is Rachel McMurray. She is one of the few people in town who will officiate at a gay wedding, and she's also got a close family member who is homosexual and in the military. Rachel, thanks for being here this morning. To see the President of the United States come out publicly for the first time and say, I support not just civil unions, but gay marriage, what does that mean to you and those you know who are also homosexual?
Well, I think the timing is right on that, Stacey. This notion that we are equal but not really has got to change. And I think those locations, those cities, states, even the countries that have the ability to be more facile, more fluid, to adapt to a modern world, are those that are going to attract business to their areas, where there's going to be harmony within the community. People are going to want to spend their tax dollars there. And I think the timing is just right. The President recognizes that. Surely he has a political agenda, but the fact that he's come out so very publicly and made this statement, I think signals something to the rest of us that we need to sit back and take a real hard look at this and make some tough decisions, changing things.
Do you believe that the President timed this to be political? Because a lot of people are criticizing him for not saying it before North Carolina voted on their marriage amendment ban.
It's true. It's true. The timing on that is very interesting. However, if we can move past that and I think take a look at our own communities. Right here in our own community, it's very relevant timing. We have an issue on our city council books to take a look at an amendment that finally protects the rights and privileges of the gay people within our community. And you know, you can go into a restaurant right now, they can still be discriminated against. You can be denied housing. Jacksonville is the only major metropolitan city left in the state of Florida that doesn't have specific language on the books to protect the rights of our gay people.
I remember when I was going to college, the University of Florida, back in, well, I graduated in 1994, I remember their city council wrestling with this issue way back in the early 1990s. The state of Florida does not allow for same-sex marriage, but it does not have a ban against it either. So when you marry a couple, what does that mean for them legally? Nothing, right?
That's correct, Stacey. Essentially, Florida doesn't recognize any type of civil union or marriage between two people of the same sex. In order to achieve the rights and privileges that when I marry a man and a woman, they're automatically granted with the right to inherit property if their spouse dies, to make decisions, healthcare decisions, to make decisions about their children. In order for my couples who are same-sex, they have to spend massive amounts in legal fees to execute documents, to get as many of those rights and privileges that are automatically bestowed on this other portion of our population. And I think the time has come for that to really change.
And then I've heard somebody that I know who is homosexual say, you know, I don't care about the marriage part, I just want the legal part of marriage.
Absolutely.
Do you buy that argument, or do you think it should be all-inclusive?
You know, that's kind of a tough one to call. I think ultimately it comes down to it's all wrapped up in one. You're going to be married. There's going to be legal rights and privileges when you're married. And for such a large section of our population to have to jump through all these fiery hoops to achieve these same rights just doesn't make sense in a modern age.
All right, Rachel McMurray, she is an officiant at gay weddings. Thank you this morning for giving us
Thank you, Stacey.
this side of the story. Appreciate it.